1 minute 60. This season finale of Toy Battle is sponsored by Audible. Wow, 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 wow. Bam, bam, down, da, da, da. Ba-dum, ba-dum. The art of the martial arts. It has given names to many. Well, with that out of the way, let's get into our season finale. Let's get into the season finale. Digits, sorry I have to do this.
Yeah, you're not sorry.
Turn blue.
We know you're sorry. The table's occupied.
So you're gonna have to share the bed with a bunch of toys.
Yeah, that's figured.
This fight, Jeremiah, is not gonna... Oh, no, Jeremiah, if you're watching this fight will be less quality. If it's at the table, then we would have a high quality fight. But since it's not at the table, less quality bed. Sorry. Okay, first I gotta change this shirt because it's sweat. Dun dun dun. Dun dun. The art of a king is a noble and majestic thing. Even though this person is a false king and the other one is not. The other one is just a king of tech and money. Eric Stevens, the Killmonger. And Bruce Wayne, the Batman. With all that being said, let's get into part 1 to our season finale. I mean, it's my job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to decide who would win a toy battle. Dun dun dun. If you're a criminal stalking the streets of Gotham City, then you have one thing to fear. The Batman. Orphaned at a young age when his parents were killed by a common thug, Bruce Wayne traveled the globe to learn all corners of martial arts. He learned escape artistry, karate, judo, basically every form of martial arts known to man. He was even trained by a league of ninjas known as the League of Assassins. With that, he was taught assassination, even though he doesn't kill. Batman chooses not to kill, because if he does that, he will fall down the same path that every villain before him has. There's one thing that Batman strives for, and that is justice, or vengeance, or sometimes both. What are you? I'm Batman. Boom! Some of Batman's most trademark gear are his trademark batarangs. They come in all sorts of delightful flavors, like electric, stun, and explosive. And in one suit, the batarangs actually are much more electrifying. That was his Beyond suit, even though it would be handed down to Terry McGinnis, who would take up the mantle in the future under old Bruce Wayne's tutelage to become the Batman Beyond. Boom! Eric Stevens watched his father die by mob violence. Or at least that's what he said in What If. But that was just a cover front for what really happened. Not to get into the detail because that's major Black Panther spoilers, but basically Black Panther's father, King T'Chaka, killed his father, N'Jobu, who was originally meant to be the rightful heir to the Wakandan throne until T'Challa was born, and then his birthright was stripped.
Bling, 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 bling.
No. No.
Lick, lick, lick.
Well, luckily you didn't tackle it.
Mm-mm. But I'll tackle you.
Get off me, you little rat! Alright. Football, play bag! Wait, you're a play bag, right. Football, play bag, football, play bag, football, play bag. Bang, fight! Better!
Gotcha. Say Uncle Bucky.
I go KO, you win, I go!
Thank you. Okay, now I can get back to your little thingy.
Dun. Boom! After defeating and almost not killing T'Challa, Killmonger got access to the the healing herb, which would give him the abilities to become the next Black Panther. He got everything that Bast would give a Black Panther: increased speed, strength, and endurance. And including those sharp vibranium claws which can cut through almost any metal. Well, let's see him face Batman. Boom! Alright, the combatants are set, and I've run the data through all possibilities. It's time for a toy battle finale! Boom! Bzz. Ready when you are. Fight! First, let's see what our arena chooses. Beginning of 1951's Alice in Wonderland. History lecture. Let her rip. Fight! You really think that will work? I'm more stronger than you, faster, and I'm smarter. Smart isn't everything. If you're more clever, you'd watch your back. Ah! 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 What was that? Pressure points. Just needed to find them. Thanks to those sonars, and thanks to the sonars I implanted in your suit when we were fighting, I knew where your weak points were. Arrgh, you're smart, but not smart enough. What? Ah! Ah! Oh! It's over. Not yet. Huh? Beep, beep. Huh? Oh, come on. What are those gauntlets supposed to do? This. KO! This fight was not close at all. Even if I ran through this fight over and over, Black Panther Killmonger wouldn't win. Batman mastered all forms of it. Batman mastered. If you watched my analysis, you would know Batman. If you watched my analysis, Batman. You would know that Batman perfected and learned escape artistry from the League of Shadows. Meaning that even if Killmonger were to trap him in vibranium box or bolas, he would find a way out of it. And also, Batman is prepared for every possible contingency. Using Kevlar that absorbs vibranium was Batman's only ace in the hole. This fight wasn't evenly close. Even if I ran through this fight over and over again, I would still get the same result. It's like Goku versus Superman. Even if Wiz and Boomstick did it over and over again, Superman would win. Sure, Goku would win a couple out of the 100, but Superman would win every time. Now Goku's son Gohan would fight, and we would have an even match. Batman just had the smarts and the agility and the ability to win this fight. The winner is Batman. Boom. Stay tuned. We'll be jumping into the next matchup very up next. But first, here's who's fighting next. And I am Iron Man. Run. Run, little man. Next on Fame Battle is part 2 to our season finale, with Iron Man versus Steppenwolf. Our season finale of Toy Battle will happen today, but also one more thing. We'll be jumping into season 2 very soon. As a matter of fact, we'll be jumping into the first half of season 2 before Christmas. So this is just a Thanksgiving finale. We'll be back to wrap up Toy Battle with 5 new episodes before we go on Christmas. We'll be back with 5 new episodes before we go on Christmas. Which means that this is only a mid-season break. We'll be back right after Thanksgiving for another matchup. I'll be back on Black Friday for another matchup. Dun dun dun. The art of fright is something that one person masters and one doesn't. Steppenwolf, conqueror from Apocalypse, and Iron Man, the Armored Avenger. For this match, I'll be looking at the combatants as they are, which means I'll be taking only stuff from the 2017 Justice League into effect. Since Steppenwolf has already fought this season, he will be fighting again to see if he can keep his winning streak alive.
Then why are you letting him fight again? He already beat the Hulk.
With a brutality. I am not allowing brutalities. He has to fight until the person is out of breath. In other words, meaning he won by a cheap Mortal Kombat knockout.
Right. And do you think it's weird that the paint on his paint on his hands looks like blood?
Should I be talking to you or doing this?
Both!
There are the talented. I'm Ian, and it's my job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to decide who would win a toy battle. Dun dun. There are the talented. Bum bum ba bum bum. There are the prodigy. Ba bum ba bum. Then there's Anthony Edward Stark.
But please, he prefers Tony.
Howard and Maria Stark were rulers of a multi-million-dollar tech company. They could have everything they wanted, except a child. An alien offered to make a baby for them, but that was Arno Stark. We don't talk about him. Ashamed by their creation, they adopted Tony instead. And so began this Avengers rise to fame. Big man in a suit of armor. Take that off, what are you? Brilliant, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. Tony continued his father's work after his father and mother hit the bucket. After that, Tony began to continue manufacturing weapons at Stark Industries until his co-worker betrayed him and sold him off to terrorists. After he defeated Obadiah Stane and put him behind bars, Tony Stark became Iron Man officially and announcing himself as Iron Man. His armor's got everything. Repulsor rays, missiles, dart missiles, tank missiles. Well, that last one was a pun used in the first Iron Man, but it's the same. I've world peace. After sacrificing himself with the Infinity Gauntlet, Tony proved that the Armored Avenger had a heart. And I am Iron Man. Steppenwolf is the nephew of Darkseid, ruler of Apokolips. After the Mother Box awakened, he was sent to Earth, until he was decapitated by Wonder Woman. The end. Not really. If I look back and if you look back at the R-rated Zack Snyder's Justice League, you would know that that battle played out differently in the movie. Nah, phooey. I'll be right back.